Okay, everybody, we're getting ready to go live. It is 5:58. It's about 2 minutes early, which we never are, but hey, it's may the fourth be with you. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and play some music while we wait. And while we're playing with that, let's just put this on and this on. And okay, a little problem with the reconnection here, but
Hey Tanya, how are you, my love?
hi, how are you? How's it going?
It's going.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
it's a long story. We are recorded. We need to talk.
Yeah, no, I definitely I've been thinking about
You
you.
please, yeah, please, yeah, understand. There is, yeah, there's,
No, we'll talk. I will
yes.
definitely we need to sit on a Zoom call and just
Okay, my love.
have a
You're
conversation. Let me get
you're the
my
best.
yeah, I miss you.
I need you, and I need to we need to talk. Okay, my love.
Okay, darling. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, babe.
Hi, Janelle. How's it going? We're getting ready to go. I think we're live already. I'm just waiting for my co-host to get here, and she's going to be joining us. Let me see where she's at. Invite via DM, and let's see. Oops, hold on. I can't invite her. I got to go look at my other account. It's so funny, like with the new update, it's kind of a bit confusing some days, especially when you have like you go from and Android and iOS. It's huge difference. And let me go and get her. She should be joining in. Hi, Brand. How's it going? Today's topic is going to be about mental health awareness because it's Mental Health Awareness Month. But mental wellness is the key. Let me give Lynn the mic. Invite the co-host and co-host. Hi, Lynn. How's it going?
Yes, good morning, Tonya.
Good.
Oh, well, it's morning. It's morning where I am anyway.
I love it. I love it. No, understandable. I mean, like we're here is like we're winding down, as they say.
Yeah, you're 6 p.m. I'm 8 a.m.
I
on
know.
Thursday morning. It's so cool that we're so globally connected with our Twitter chats. Oh, there
Well,
you go.
I remember the day that I would sit up all night. Like I wouldn't go to bed till 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I had my doctors were from Australia. Because I remember those days. And back then, I mean, it would been great if we had Twitter Spaces.
That's amazing. Yeah, sorry, I was just tweeting out the space. I'm just yeah, thank you so much for having this lovely chat again this morning. It's actually quite chilly where I am. We had a my husband and I have started on a little road trip. He
Okay, I think we are live. I can't believe this has been like this. Sorry about that, everybody.
yeah, I'm just trying to tweet it out to let everyone know that we had a magic Twitter carpet rug ride. That's what I call it, magic rug ride. Yes, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our Wellness Wednesday social chats, healthy lifestyles. Today we'll be chatting about mental wellness, and it is Mental Wellness Aware Month. So, so happy that we can come together today and talk about this very, very important subject.
And I feel like it's an important month to continue talking because we're still not out of the issue, the pandemic, but no one's really not really talking about not just the people who got COVID, but just the whole society. What we all gone through. We all need some mental health wellness. I think there should be some funding for people to be able to like sit and talk to someone because it's a lot of people. It has touched quite a bit in the last 2 years and 2 months, or 2 years and 3 months.
Yeah, I think it's a silent people. It's a silent um, I'm just trying to think of the word, but yeah, we often go through our own, mental health issues silently, because it's like it's taboo, or it's a sign of weakness, or it's something that we don't want to talk about, and often it's taken outside of the body, and it's like it's treated as a separate part, when it's actually not. It's actually a part of who we are. Our mental health, our mental um, capacity is all tied up with our health and wellness. So we need to bring these conversations and unpack them, and allow people to say, look, hey, today I'm not okay, and we're here today to give some tips and tools on how we can actually be cope with our own anxieties and our own issues that we have. Like Tanya said, with the last couple of years, we've all been locked away, or on some level being told that we can't interact with people, we can't do this, we can't do that, and it's very sad, really, because we do need to have personal and in life relationships. We need to be able to look in the eye of somebody and say, hey, I love you, I care for you, can I help you? And yeah, so I've missed a lot of that, and I know that probably a lot out there have as well. So yeah, that's what we're here today for, to bring some normalcy into this subject.
And I'm so happy now that more people are talking about this. I used to talk a little bit about, like, I used to go get a tune up. When I said tune up, meaning, I go to see and talk to someone that knows me for a long time. And, some months is good. Like, I'll go talk to someone, this person, and he pretty much understands where I'm coming from. But I mean, at one time when you say, oh, I'm going to go see a psychiatrist, I'm going to go see and get just to talk to someone, people had such a stigma of, like, oh my gosh, is there something wrong with you? And I feel like everyone needs a tune up. I think there's nothing wrong with it. And I feel like today's society is more acceptance. And it's very nice. And we got, let me say hi to everyone. We got collabs here. Hello. And Get with Gig. Hello. How are you? And of course, my good friend Bob and Director O. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. Today we're talking about mental wellness, and it is Mental Health Awareness Month. I think there'll be a lot of spaces talking about this. So, Lynn, I'm going to give the mic to you because I feel like you have a lot more to share. And also, maybe you can give us some resources that, should we pin anything up to the nest? Maybe some phone numbers that we can share.
Yeah, sorry, I was just doing a tweet. I was trying to tweet out that we actually got rugged and we're another space. So hopefully we can get. It's really frustrating, that is, because then you can't find it. I know when spaces get rugged, I'm going, what's going on? I need to find this space. Yeah, sure. I just wanted to. I'm going to pin up the top. I did a post earlier about some mental health wellness. It's sort of like a little chart that's got some tips and tools on it to help us with our mental health, and help us to actually um, like deep breathing, and just like some tips and tools that can help us when we actually are having um, days when we just don't want to get out of bed, or days when we just feel like we don't want to talk to anyone, and just some of the things that we can do to help us physically and mentally to get through the day. So I'm going to post that up, and yeah, so that I can, let me just, I'll keep my mic on and I'll do it. I'm just a little bit not as good as you, Tonya, with the tech. I'm always going, what? How does this work? So let me just go to my tweet and I'll do it. Yeah. So how is everybody today? Um, Hoping that you're all feeling well, and thank you for coming to our space. We really appreciate you being here today. Here we go. I found the tweet and I'm going to
If you
share
pass
it.
the test, you can multitask and plus
Hey, there
see.
you go. Look at that. I did it. Oh,
I love
I
that
went.
picture, by the way.
Yeah. So I made this little slide last night, um, and it's sort of, we've been talking about the circle of life, and this is sort of half circle, but this one's just about some of the tips and tools we can use. And I've actually put together some. Let me just grab it. My husband's been writing in my book, so I'm just going to go over find my notes, because I've got some great little where are we handouts that here we go. Yep. So and our mental health matters, and it really does, because I think, it's about our brain. We need some brain food. We need to be able to, if our brain's not functioning properly, we just can't. Our brain just really needs. It sort of urges to really. Our brains are a bit lazy, and it always urges to what's easy. So if it's tough and hard for us to get out of bed, our brain's just going to say, you know what, just stay in bed today. And and sometimes we have to talk to ourselves and go, you know what, no, I need to get out of bed today. So or it's raining or something's happening out there, and we had planned this nice little exercise routine, and we go, nah, I'm not going to do that. And that's fine. I mean, if we can't do that or manage it because it's raining and it's sloshy outside and all that sort of stuff. But often, if we just say to ourselves, you know what, no, I am going to do that. I'll put my raincoat on and I'll just do a shorter walk or a shorter run or whatever you're going to do. Um, and it makes you feel so much better when you actually override what your brain is saying to you. And we have that power to do that. And we often just sort of sometimes feel like that we have to, just the way that we feel, because feelings are very, very temporal. I can feel sad, happy, elated, devastated, all in the space of a few minutes, depending on what's going on in my life. So our feelings are only temporal, and they shouldn't be controlling us. I do believe you have to acknowledge the way that you feel, though. If you are feeling sad or upset or something's happened, of course, acknowledge those feelings, but don't allow those feelings to overtake you and to overcome you and to rule you, because we can rise up above those feelings. And it's a fine line. I'm definitely not saying don't acknowledge your feelings. I believe we have to acknowledge our feelings 100%. Tonya, have you got anything to say about that?
No, I agree with you on that. I feel like, and again, I think I mentioned this early on. The stigma has to go away, or we have to lift that stigma. And the more people are talking and sharing their story, it empowers others, and that's the most important part. Um, I, I want to say hi, my good friend Tim. He's popped in. I haven't seen him forever. Hi, Tim.
Yes. Hi, Tim. Hi, Bob. Welcome to our space today. I'm just going to, yeah. So I'm just going to bring up. Actually, my husband's just taken my computer out of here. I've got some little tips and tools. So I wanted to have a little look at that. If we want to go up the nest and have a look at the little circle I've got up there, I just wanted to quickly chat about some of those little tips and tools there. So let me just get that up. I normally have my computer and have it on both, but now I've just got to do it on my phone. So on the little half circle there, we've got supportive relationships, mental health care. Actually, that's the wrong one. I put the wrong one up. Actually made my own one up. There it is. I've put the wrong one up. Anyway, it's all right. I will actually put this one up, because this is the one I wanted to put up. So supportive relationships. I've got deep breathing, balanced nutrition, mindfulness practices, physical activity, and 6 to 8 hours quality sleep. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 tips and tools there that I've got that can go a long way to helping us with our mental health. So if we start unpacking it with supportive relationships, that's what we're here today. We're here today being supportive out there for Mental Health Awareness Month. And I don't think we just need to keep it in one month. I mean, it's great that we've got May as Mental Health Awareness Month, but I think, this conversation, as Tonya said, needs to be ongoing, and we need to be able to unpack and support each other. So, supportive, if you can, if you don't have anyone to help support you, maybe you could, like Tonya said, we might be able to put up some. I don't have any phone numbers or anything for the US. So maybe if you've got some of those, Tonya, I probably should have done some research on that. Sorry about
Let me
that.
go get some from Michael. Michael has it on his. He always has it. Let me get that from
Oh,
him.
good. Okay, yeah. I mean, we have Lifeline in Australia, and we have some other things that Lifeline is one of the is a call line that you can call, and we also have another kids line, as a kids helpline as well, that you can call. So I can find those numbers and put them up. I'm not sure if anyone from Australia is going to pop in today, but they're always handy. So if you need a support, if you need some support emotionally, or even just to talk to somebody, if you pick up the phone and you dial those numbers, sometimes it's easiest to talk to someone that you don't know, especially if you are feeling a little bit like you're going to be judged by your family and friends, that you can ring the support lines, or you can pop into a centre, a community centre. Maybe you could talk to, if you're a church goer, to a pastor or a friend at church. The, I do really encourage everyone to find their support network, because I think, we really need a support network. And just even coming here on Twitter, there are a lot of I know there are quite a few spaces where people talk about mental health, and that's quite supportive for a lot of people as well. So that would be one of my first tips, is find a supportive network, and true supportive networks that allow you to be who you are, and not necessarily want to change who you are, but just help you live to thrive, and not just survive, but to be able to, just say, Lynn, I'm not okay today. Can you just pray with me? Can you just come and sit with me? Or let's go and have a cup of coffee. We don't always have to spill everything out. We don't have to always drag out of everybody. I know I can be guilty of that with my kids. So, what's the matter? Tell me what's the matter. I want to help you. And they say, Mom, it's okay. Just, they don't want to talk about it. They just want some support. As a mum, sometimes you just want to really, cuddle them up, and just, put them into bed, and, give them a cup of soup and a cup of tea, and make them feel all better, which is handy too. But, and just, oh, what can I do to help you? And sometimes they just need you to even just sit there with them, listen, or just give them a cuddle, let them know that you love them. So I think that that's another tip that we can all, you know, think about. What do you think, Tanya? Tanya?
I agree with you that I think there need to be more. Again, I keep saying this. There needs to be more conversation about this. But I'm actually looking for the number, because usually Michael, he posts the suicide prevention number to call if anyone needs that. But overall, I feel that we're at a point in time with all the technology, with all the information, um, and the connection that we all can build. I mean, look at social audio wise. I mean, like Lynn, you and I never met. We connected out of the blue, and here we are producing a show together, talking about stuff that we love and we care about. And those are the things I think goes well hand in hand with what your infograph was saying. you know um Having that relationship support, supportive relationship, that's so important. I mean, having you and I never met each other, but I feel very supported by you. I feel you show up, you're here, you share your thoughts. I freaking love how you're, the way you think, and you're so the way you communicate is so, it's so like so relaxing. And when you talk, I feel like, oh gosh, I want to hear more. And so yeah, yeah, and those are the kind of thing, when you feel safe, you want to thrive, right? And when you're like
Exactly.
trying to survive, there's no thriving. That's just like
Yeah,
you're
that's
in
right.
overdrive.
A lot of us are just surviving, especially like this last few years with the pandemic. We've basically, by the hair of our chin, we've just survived. We've just like, if we could, and sometimes we do just need to get through the next minute, the next 30 seconds. I'll often say to my kids, my daughter rang me last night. She's actually a bit of a stressful job at the moment, and she's doing full-time university, and she gets very anxious, and she often rings me when she's driving home, and she was really upset because she hadn't got the mark that she wanted in her exam, and she was like, it's one of the subjects that I really love, Mum, and I'm really disappointed with myself. And I feel like, I've had a lot of stress at work. She's in daycare, and so a lot of people are off sick, and they've got very strict rules after COVID about anyone with even just a little sniffle, or if you even think about feeling sick, their staff levels have gone down, and they're finding it hard to replace their staff. So they're working with little kids all the time, and so she's very, very stressed out. And she often will just call me, and I could just feel the angst in her voice, and she started to cry. And and I was like, I just wanted to fix her. I wasn't anywhere near her because I've been away, but and we called her a bit later, and she'd calmed down a little bit, but she just needed to chat about that and tell me how she felt. And putting a lot of pressure on herself and saying, I just feel I've let myself down. And I said, well, you can just re-begin. Just reset. Go home, take a bath, have a cup of tea, do some deep breathing, and reset. And I think that sometimes it's, when we're very disappointed and when we're really upset with ourselves, we just think it's the end of the world, and we just, how can we come back from this? I've disappointed myself. And I think we just need to be able to reset and to just take a moment to process that. I'm going to call it trauma, because sometimes it is a trauma for my daughter. It's very traumatic for her to think that she hasn't done as well as she could do. She's very hard on herself with her studies. And so it's like, sit, work out, okay, what was going on? Were you too preoccupied with work? They've had quite a lot of sickness at work and things like that. So, she's probably been a bit run down, and just, don't give yourself such a hard time. You can come back from that. And, but sometimes we don't think we can. And that's where our support networks come into it. So, um, it, it's a very fine line, I think, between where we, that tipping point that we have. And, I mean, I'm a very, um, sort of what I would call a capable person. I'm usually the one that wants to fix everything, and, what can I do to help you? And, sometimes it's not about fixing it. It's actually about, unpacking it, and just, go through the motions of, get through the next 30 seconds, get through the next minute, you know, the next 5 minutes maybe. And, and then the next hour, the next day. Let's just, unpack what's happening today, using all our energy for what's going to happen tomorrow, or what's going to happen, in 5 weeks' time, is not helping us today, because we need the energy. We're given new energy every day. As we wake up, we have a new day, a day we've never lived before. Today is the day that we've never lived before. We have an opportunity today to start again. And that's what I love about it. We can wake up and start again, and be and have new goals and new aspirations, and we can leave yesterday behind. Although, sometimes we feel like we've let ourselves down, we have that opportunity to start again, and we have the opportunity to just step out again, and to live today, because guess what? Tomorrow never comes. We've only got today, because when we wake up tomorrow, it's actually today again. So, that old saying of tomorrow never comes is such a true saying. And I say that a lot to my kids all the time. We can't change the past. We can't change what's happened, but we can actually change our future. We can't change our constitution. That's that's where we were born. That's who we name. That's where we grew up. We can't change any of those things, but we can actually change the condition. And that condition is our everyday, where we are right now. And I think if we break it down into these little bite-sized pieces, we can actually start to unpack it, and start to actually give ourselves a bit of a break, and take a deep breath and say, you know what? You deserve to be here. You know what? You have something to give, and really just start to value who you are, find out who you are as an individual, and work out what you need, and work through getting those support networks like we talked about on the first part of our little 6 tips and tools there today. I'm just going to welcome Be Well with Nikki, and I've just met Nikki yesterday. So welcome to the space, Nikki, and Timothy as well. Thank you for joining us today.
I'm
So I'm
actually,
going to try and retweet the other that little chart I put up there. I actually changed it a little bit, and I'm going to put up another one, Tonya, because I changed it a little bit. I think, oh, is that the one? Let me have a look. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh no, that's the right one, I think. I was redoing the chart a little bit, and I changed it a little bit. I think I've put breathing there. I just need to have a look what I've done. Yeah, no, that's the right one. It's all good. Don't worry. I can't see properly with my glasses. I think I need to get some new glasses. Oh my goodness.
well, my other phone died on me. It's on, it's fully loaded, but I can't hear anything. So I had to, I gotta go use my other phone. Can you hear me?
Okay, you still there, Tonya?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I might have lost Tonya. Have we lost the space? Tonya, are you there? Or is it my connection?
Oh my God, it's me.
I can hear both of you guys. It's funny that you can't hear each other.
Yeah, we have a bug.
Can you hear me, Tonya?
I can hear you.
Yes?
Yes, she can
No?
hear you, Lynn. Can you hear me, Lynn? Gotta love technology.
Yeah, I think there is a bug. Let me bring Lynn back up to speak and remove her as a co-host. I think there's a bug on the co-host thing again.
I've seen that happen before. It makes sense.
So funny. I'm actually like my other phone just died on me. I couldn't even hear anything.
I couldn't hear anything either. What I was thinking is it just me? Sorry.
Oh no, I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear you at all. I don't know what it was, but I think it's a co-host feature. Co-host is not working.
Yeah, it's so weird because I was talking and I'm seeing all these hands up and I'm going, I can't hear anyone. I think Tanya's talking. I think Nikki might be talking. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Sorry, guys.
I'm live streaming this on YouTube and Facebook, so I had to go check the live stream so I can hear what you were saying. It picked up everything you're saying. It just I couldn't hear you from my end.
You're so techie. I love it. I have a hard time just getting onto my phone and working it out with my headphones, let alone getting on the live stream.
I have a problem solving thing. Like, what's up with the live stream? But I want to continue our conversation because it was really good and it's really important that I'm gonna take what you post. I'm gonna put it on all my other bookmarking sites because um you know when you have family and friends and you have different people behind you helping you out, great things happen. But when you feel like you're alone, it makes a huge difference when you feel like you're in it all by yourself. And I think with these social audio spaces, more people are more often, are not so lonely. I met so many people where they were just at the point that they were so sad and heartbroken, and they don't understand why no one's talking to them or whatever. I go back and forth and DM them and tell them, no, no, no. I think you misunderstand that. You gotta stop this. Focus on this. And you know what? And not just one person. Now, several people I've talked like this to, and they realize that because they realize that they are waiting for people to come talk to them, but they're not going out to talk to anyone else. So it was interesting just to give someone another point of view, and they did better actually. They went on to make new friends, host their own space. So I feel like social audio has helped quite a bit.
Can I make a point to what you're just saying?
Yes.
It reminds me of what book was that? Maybe Letting Go. I don't remember. It was one of the many books I've read. He really kind of spoke to that in that book. I think it really was Letting Go. A couple had moved from where they were to a new place, and they ended up changing their mind and moving back. And the reason was the wife was like, nobody would talk to me, but she never came out the house and greeted anybody. So for all they knew, that's what she preferred, right? People can't read your mind. So I really like that you made that point and you helped that person like step out because if people don't know you, they don't realize that that's what you're looking for. So I love that you brought that up.
I love that too, Nikki. Welcome, by the way. Nice to meet you, Nikki. I met you
Thank you.
yesterday. I'm not sure if anyone heard what I said before, but that's
We
okay.
did.
Um,
Yeah.
I absolutely love that as well, because that's what I say to my friends and family. I don't know. So I'm not a mind reader. Just let me know if you need something. And again, we started off this chat by saying sometimes we don't want to speak to people about it, or we actually feel because of the stigma around mental health. And it's, for me to come up and say, hey, Tonya, Nikki, Tim, I'm not feeling good today. It's hard for us sometimes to do that, and especially if we're high achievers, or we have our own, like yardstick that we live by, and we think in ourselves that we're not living up to that, or what will people think of me if I say I'm not coping. I remember a few years back, quite a few years back now, I was actually on holiday with my kids and my husband, and we had an opportunity to ride horses. And I've ridden a horse before, and I was fine, but I got on this horse, and this horse was crazy. And I actually had this anxiety attack, and I've never had an anxiety attack before this time. And I was just so, I said to the lady, I need to get off the horse. And she said, oh, no, no, it's fine. I said, no, I have to get off this horse, because I felt so unsafe and I felt so anxious. So I got off the horse. And after we finished our ride, my girl said to me, oh, we got so scared because, like, if mum's feeling scared, like, what's going on? Like, like we were just freaked out, because, they looked to us, and that sort of like, in that moment, I did it. It was just so like crazy. And I knew if I didn't get off the horse, as soon as I got off, I was fine. And so I think that's part of it, that sometimes we don't want to let people know, because we are the rock for them, or, our kids looking up to us. And you don't want them to see you cry, or you don't want them to see that you're upset, because you want to be strong for them. But we don't do ourselves any justice by doing that. In fact, it's like we're silently, like inside, we're just dying inside a little bit, and we're not getting the support we need, because we're too afraid to say, hey, Nikki, I need some help today. Could you just come over, or can we just chat for 5 minutes? And I think that's really, really important. And that's what we talked about. Our first subject today was getting a supportive network and supporting relationships, like Tanya said. So I'm going to actually grab just going to go off. I'm going to give it back to you or Nikki. Oh, hello, Alexandra. Our beautiful Alexandra's just turned up. I'm just going to get onto my little half circle. I'm going to grab some resources and talk about nutrition, because I really feel that that's part of our mental health, is having a good sustenance for our bodies, and what we can use to help to feed our brain. So I'll hand it back to one of you lovely ladies.
They do say that your gut is your second brain. If you have a healthy gut, it should help with your brain. So it's so
It
true
does.
about that.
Yep. And I love that half circle, Lynn. That is absolutely ingenious.
Yeah, I
That's
love it.
cracking.
That was a beautiful picture too. That's beautiful. I want to share. I want to pin that in my Pinterest so that I remember it.
Yes, I love that. But you're right.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
thank you,
welcome.
guys. Thank you so much. I've just okay. So I'm getting my. This is so tricky, honestly. Um, so I just wanted to read this. The so this is this little handout that I've got. It's called Brain Food. So the brain needs exercise, social connection, and good nutrition to function at its best. Although the right diet can protect the brain from damage and support efficient functioning primary food, efficient functioning primary food that is fulfilling social life, a stimulating career, and education is also an important aspect of good neurological health. So that primary health is what I talk about, is not just food. It's actually it's stresses of life. It's our education. It's our supportive networks. All those things that we don't often think about as being part of our health and wellness. Um, and actually, I've brought up the wrong one, but I'll read this anyway, because this is on the wheel. So physical activity helps improve our cognitive function at any age. It's especially important for brain health and especially in older adults as well. Not only does exercise help reduce the risk of depression, but it also improves our cardiovascular health, and it also helps to boost memory and coordination. So that's one of the tools that I've got there on the little wheel. And as I come down, I've got the one of the diets that I really love is the Mediterranean diet because it's rich in whole foods, healthy fats, low in processed foods. It's been shown to slow progression of cognitive decline. And one of the beautiful foods that we've got is blueberries, because blueberries have been shown to increase neurological function among individuals with mild cognitive impairment. Um, so you can pop some blueberries in your smoothie. And the other interesting thing is, does anyone love walnuts? Because walnuts are a powerful brain food. They've been shown to support increased processing time and cognitive flexibility. Have you ever noticed, though, how the walnuts actually look like our brains? Which is so funny. The brain is a mysterious organ. We still know surprisingly little about how it works. The primary and secondary food tips provided, however, have been shown to support neurological function throughout the life cycle. So be sure to choose nutritious foods, move your body, foster meaningful relationships, and keep learning. So that little handout's got a fair bit in it about brain food, and you know what's happening right now is, I'm not sure in America, but in Australia, we're getting a lot of early onset dementia, especially in children and younger adults. And it's actually a lot to do with nutrition. And it's actually being called diabetes 3. That's what they're starting to look at it at. And, they're saying, look, there's no cure for it. But guess what? There is. If we get onto a really healthy diet and we encourage people to eat their greens and to eat more plant-based foods, to actually drink more water, one of the main things is sleep as well with this as well is sleep. Sleep is so important because when we sleep, we actually, um, you know, our bodies, our brain takes on all those memories and it dissects the memories that we need to keep. Because if you've noticed with Alzheimer's or dementia, the memories are usually of when you're a younger person, and you might mistake your granddaughter for your daughter and things like that because there's no memory of recent events. And that's because we haven't actually had enough sleep, and our brain hasn't been able to put all our memories in the place where they need to be. We can reverse that with diet. So I don't know if anyone's got anything to say about that.
Yes. If I may. Can y'all hear me?
Of course, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I'd gotten a phone call in the middle of your talk, so I didn't want to, I wasn't sure if it like connected me back. I love it. The sleep also helps your brain like detox too, and your body, and helps with of course, the hunger, hormones and stuff, so that the way you eat can be shifted by how much sleep you're getting. So I love that you brought that up. And I remember when I went through functional medicine coaching academy, I share this story all the time because it's just so because it drives me crazy when they say there's no cure for stuff, and nutrition just plays such a huge role. But there was a young lady who had a lot of psycho the word is escaping me. But anyway, she ended up in a psych ward, inpatient and outpatient. She was in and out of outpatient clinics because of the psychosis that she was going through. And I don't remember why the family decided to take her to a functional medicine physician, but they did. They did a workup. And what happened is she was just low on B12, vitamin B12. And once they restored her to the proper levels, all the psychosis stuff was gone. Like it's just amazing how being deficient in certain nutrients can really alter the mental health. So I've Lynn, you just got me dancing in the kitchen right now because I've just enjoyed everything that you've shared, because that's what I geek out on, and mental health is is my jam, for lack of a better word. So thank you for what you've shared.
Amazing. I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's. I love that you said that you did a functional medicine, because functional medicine is something that I think needs to become to the forefront today. We just, when we go to the doctor, and I am not on any level saying that doctors don't have a place, but you go to your doctor and it's called sick care, because they are only going to treat what you come for. You come for heartburn, they're not going to really look into it. You have a 10-15 minute consultation if you're lucky. They don't have time to look into why you're getting heartburn. Here's the pill. You come for, headaches, or you come for another thing. So here's something for your migraines. And, by the time you go out of the office, you might have half a dozen pills. And those pills are not actually healing you, they're actually masking your symptoms. And if we don't look into why these things are happening, we're going to continue to be sick. And then who knows if those medicines aren't, like, counteracting each other. They're not really, I get a little, I'm actually always been very holistic by nature. And I didn't really realize just how important that was for our bodies to be looking into why things are happening. We often just accept. And I love that you said about the young girl, because my stepdad's in hospital right now, and he gets low salt a lot. And it's basically really like his whole complete mental health has changed. And he is really bad with his diet. He really hates to eat vegetables. He hates anything. He's basically meat, potato. He doesn't drink water. And it's been really detrimental to his health. We've been trying to get him to actually get onto a better diet, but he just refuses. And we just see him declining day after day after day. And it's just really hard when someone's set in their ways and they won't sort of listen or take your advice on nutritious food. And this is why I'm really advocating for us to be teaching our young people. Why can't we have an ad on TV of how healthy a salad is, or let's apples, water. We don't we see all the advertisements on, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They spend billions of dollars a year
Yeah,
to
but
get
you
us
don't
to
want to hear something funny though, Lynn? They don't like. I actually shared a story back in 2011. I work with Life Extension Foundation, so Bill Falone is actually my mentor, and and he's helped me, and he's the one. I brought Life Extension into social media, and he wrote a story about the walnut story about these women. These are old ladies who had a walnut. I guess they had a walnut farm. They said walnut was good for your health. It was good for this. FDA sent them a letter for cease and desist, like that they need to like remove it off their website. But in the meanwhile, they allow the potato chips, saying how healthy it is to eat potato chips. They allow, was it Pringles? I don't ever
I
eat
know,
potato chips.
I know, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? How they just allow that, and they actually try to put these women in jail for this. They kind of like a huge ban. So Bill wrote a whole story about it, and it became like internet famous because it was walnuts that they were going after these ladies for, and Bill wrote
It's
a whole
yeah.
story proving. I'm gonna pin it up so you guys can get a chance to read it. But he actually did a whole story comparison on what they're getting ready. They want to raid a walnut farm where the nice ladies are working, but yet the potato chip company can say that potato chips are good for your heart,
Yeah,
and nothing
because
happens to them.
they've got a supposed vegetable on the potato chip packet. You only have to have tomato paste in a food to say that's healthy, and it's and all these this is a whole issue that we can actually talk about on. We just can't unpack this in in the few minutes that we've got. Hey, Nikki, I saw that you were going to speak. Did you have something to add to that?
I was just same thing, like tomatoes. What does it say? Potatoes. Yeah, French fries are vegetables or potatoes or something. They were saying. I was like, yeah, like you said, tomato paste, because they're like, "Oh, so on pizza you're eating vegetables if you have tomato paste." I'm like, I get
Yeah, and
trying to
what's in the
make stuff
tomato paste? What's in
right.
it? What?
Oh, don't even get me started on that. That's a
Who's
whole
made the
nother
tomato
conversation.
paste? Exactly. That's what I mean. We need to have a whole unpacking of this. I mean, it's a lot of it's got to do with big companies who have the money to actually, it's actually quite scary if you actually look into it, and the training that I've had on actually how food is actually, and even our food wheels and everything, and
Hmm?
it's quite manipulated by big companies.
Yes, yes, it is. Even some of the societies that are supposed to help, like Diabetes Cancer Society, they a lot of the foods that they recommend are really
Exactly.
counter to what they're saying they're trying to help prevent.
Yep.
So yeah,
Exactly.
it's
And that's
it's
why,
yeah,
yep.
they need us.
Sorry.
I was gonna say no. That's why they need us to help educate.
Exactly. We actually do. And that's why I'm so um, blessed to be able to have found my tribe, to find Tonya, yourself, Alexandra, coming together, Brent down there, to actually bring wellness. What is wellness? What is health and wellness? I was actually chatting to somebody about, they were talking about mindfulness. I said, oh, well, I don't know. That's not health and that's not wellness. I said, hold on a minute. Like, mindfulness, like, being mindful, my mind management, that is definitely part of our health, and people just don't understand what we're trying to bring to the table is, we are holistic. We have to bring spirit, soul, body. We're not just, and we often treat our bodies worse than what we treat our cars. We wouldn't put the wrong fuel in our cars. Dogs, we wouldn't give our dog chocolate because it's bad for it, but yet we just don't think about what we're putting into our bodies. And so I just wanted to touch a little bit on the rest of that, the wheel as well. Like, so we've talked about some balanced nutrition, which is, just more plant-based foods. The Mediterranean diet is an amazing one. There's blue zone diets, or the blue zones, which is, we're talking about people in Japan or in parts of Europe where they actually live a long life, because they have community. They actually eat, good food. They don't eat a lot of meat. They do include meat in their food, but they actually have a lot of plant-based foods. They have a lot of supportive networks. And I believe, coming from that, we have our mindfulness practices, which is our spirituality. For me, I pray. For me, I have my prayer, and I have deep breathing. I do my deep breathing, and also meditation. Now, often we think that meditation is about sitting there and just being mindless and just going but it's not about that. Meditation can be in the form of a meditative exercise like yoga. It can be in the form of just taking a long bath and just relaxing and allowing ourselves to have some time out. It can be putting our feet up and having a cup of tea. It can be walking out in the sunshine. In fact, the sun, if you get morning sun, it is so good for you. You get that what you need, the serotonin, the melatonin, for sleep as well. There's some really good tips and tools that we can use in that way. Deep breathing is another one that really, breath is life. So if we can just take a deep breath through our nose, pop our tummy out, hold it, and then hold it for about 5 seconds for the count of five, and then let go for the count of five, and just shake it off, whatever's happening. If we can do that 5 times in a row, that is amazing to reset our brains as well, along with our physical activity, which could just be get out and walk around the block for 5 minutes. If you're on your computer a lot, you can stand up and have some mental exercise, which is just, get a desk that you can stand up at, or walk around. I actually sit on a medicine ball. There's so many different little tips and tools that you can use. It's not just about, you have to do this and you have to do that, and we're not going to give you a regimen. It's about finding out what's good for you as an individual. We've talked about sleep, our deep breathing, supportive relationships, and I've just sort of unpacked with the mindful practices, which to me is all part of, like, and I just want to touch on sleep a little bit, about having a routine for sleep, and how we can actually have really good restful sleep. So if we can try and have a routine where we go to bed, or we have a certain ritual, maybe don't be on your phone or computers an hour or so before you go to bed. Have a very peaceful place for your bedroom, where you don't have it too cluttered. You don't have TVs and lots of devices in there. I know that our phones are like 24/7 now, but even with mine, when I'm charging, I turn it upside down and turn it off and try and move it away from me. Darken our room, have some nice music going, meditative music, or even just some essential oils going. It's really important to have a place where we feel uncluttered. If we go into our rooms and they're cluttered. I mean, often now I'm talking to myself here. There'll be clothes all over my chair because I couldn't decide what to wear this morning, so I've thrown them all on the chair instead of hanging them up. But if we can just unclutter our spaces and just make it a place where we can go in and relax. I even changed my bed around so that it looked out of the window where there was some trees. And so when I go, I know of a nighttime I can't really see the trees unless I've got the light off and the moon shining through, but it just gives me this whole peaceful, um, it just makes me feel peaceful and I can sleep better. So I just think there's some of the tips and tools that, on this little half circle wheel and the little light bulb there. It's just about, taking control of our own mind, taking control of who we are, you know, working out what you need as a bio individual, and and hit us up. There's Alexandra, there's Tonya, there's Nikki here. You know, send us a DM if you need some extra support. We actually all health and life coaches, and we offer supportive networks within that. So if you need anything, let us know for sure. And I'm just going to pass over. I know we've only got a few minutes left, so I'd love to pass it over to Nikki or Tonya to see what they've got to say about that as well.
So I went ahead and pinned that story up that was published August of 2011, where the FDA claimed that walnut are illegal drugs. If you get a chance to read that, that is like internet history, because it just, if you go, every time I reread it, I always find something new. But that was the story that I was just, when it was written, we were just in shock. And when we heard about it, we were just in shock. So
Oh, I can't believe it. But look at it. Remember what I said before about the walnuts being looking like the brain? Look at it. Look, they look like a brain. That's so good for our brain. I can't believe that they would do something like that. That's just horrific to me.
It doesn't give them enough money.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what? Heart Foundation in Australia, to get the Heart Foundation tick, you actually pay for the Heart Foundation tick. You just don't get it because you've got this amazing healthy food. You pay to have that Heart Foundation on your foods, organic foods. Honestly, I don't want to get into the conspiracy theories too much, but I think we have to really bring the light on a lot of these things, because our food has been mucked around with. Our food chains, what they're telling us we need to eat and what we really need to be doing are two different things. We're not taught that we're individuals. We're not taught what we really need to be eating and what is actually going to help our bodies and our brains. Like Tonya said earlier, our gut is our second brain. That they work together. And we need to be having that brain food of exercise, meditation, more plant-based foods, drink more water. If you just drink more water, eat more plant-based foods, and get better sleep, I can tell you, you're going to go a long way to helping yourself and your mental health. I can guarantee you, if you just change those three things in your life.
Yeah, the body knows what to do once you start putting the right stuff in it. It just starts to heal itself.
because
It does.
because believe it or not, in functional medicine, Nikki, I'm so glad that you're into functional medicine. I actually was the communication director for the American College of Integrative and Functional Medicine. But I've been part of like, wherever we want to do a space, I got tons of doctors that would come up that were into
Amazing.
functional medicine.
I love it. Look at us go. Like I did the integrative nutrition course with IAN, which is the nutrition school in New York, and it's amazing.
Yeah, did theirs too.
Yeah, did you do this?
I
Amazing. I
did.
love it. Oh, best friends forever. Come on,
Yep.
best friends for life. Let's go. We have to have these spaces coming. Look at Alexandra. It's probably down there cheering us on. This wellness society, honestly, guys, join our wellness society. We have so many amazing people in here,
Why
and
don't you
we
pin
get
it? Let me look. Did you have a pen? Let's pin the.
I don't know how to pin it. Sorry, I don't know how to pin the wellness society one. Maybe Nikki knows
Let
how
me
to
see if
do
I
it.
can
I'm
try
not.
to do it.
Yeah.
I'll try.
But we actually, the world needs what we've got to give, guys. Do not be shy. We have some knowledge and understanding that can help people be set free with their mental wellness, with their physical wellness. We are a tribe of amazing people who can actually bring what the world needs. And I'm not going to be shy saying that, because I know that we have something to give, and I know that the world needs it.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Are you
I'm
trying
not.
to?
Let's do our closing thoughts, because it's 6:58. Says Nikki, why don't you give us your closing thoughts on what your thought? And I can't wait to do a space with you. The three of us, we can do one about functional medicine and integrative and functional medicine.
I love it.
And I can bring some doctors on to talk more about it.
That would be awesome. Just like have a panel of Q&A stuff, because A lot of times people, like Lynn said earlier, doctors don't really have time to sit down, and you don't have time to ask them questions. When One thing I do want to say, and I might be a little bit off topic, but if you are going to the doctor, you need to advocate for yourself. You have to make sure I need to have these questions answered. Make sure you have questions written down, because a lot of times you get there and you forget, because that's happened to me. They're like, what did I want to ask? So just really advocate for your own health, because they're not doing it intentionally. It's just they only work with what they got. So I will keep that short. But oh, and of course, nutrition is huge. It does play it, like your body knows what to do. And I have been slack these last couple of weeks, and my allergies have flared up like crazy. And I'm like, got it. I will get back to my veggies and fruit. So, yes, those are my last final thoughts for now.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Nikki. And 100% your body knows what it needs. And if we actually listen to our bodies will tell us, like you said, your allergies are flaring up. You know that, okay, I need to be doing this, this, and this. And if we start to teach people how to listen to their bodies, truly listen, crowd out, add in what we need, it's only these little simple tips and tools. I can't wait till we can have a space, Tonya, about the functional medicine side. I've been doing spaces myself with a panel. I've now found you amazing people on, and functional medicine is something that I'm so passionate about. And a lot of the time we just need to be getting the sunshine, more fruits and veggies, more water, more sleep, and just honestly. And guess what? You answer your own questions. If I ask you 3 questions, you're going to answer them and tell me exactly what your body needs, because it knows what it needs. We just have to listen to it and give ourselves a break, because we're intelligent human beings. We have an amazing brain. We have amazing bodies. We are bio individuals. Our body's like a precision biocomputer. If we give it the right algorithm, we give it the right code, it's actually going to be performing tip top for us, especially in our mental health.
Can I just say one quick thing in reference to what you just said? For those who have a hard time like really hearing their body, the subconscious will tell you. So if you know anything about muscle testing, and you can do muscle testing on yourself, you could start there and start trusting that. So I just want to leave it at that.
That's amazing. And thank you also, Nikki, for bringing up the point about not being shy to say to the doctor or to your health professional, hey, your body, if your body knows there's something wrong and they don't listen to you, you just don't just, the doctor doesn't know your body. The doctor's not you. You know what you need, or your body knows. So don't be shy in coming forward and saying, no, I feel there is something a little bit wrong or something like that. Yeah. Thank you, Tonya. I know you've got to go because you've probably got another space. This time,
I know.
Tonya's
I want
amazing.
to give Alexandra the
Yeah,
microphone.
give.
Hey, Alexandra, did you want to share with us? And I want to say hi to my friend Alton. Hi, Alton.
Hi, you guys. I was listening, I was enjoying, and I didn't want to overpower the the great chat. I pinned the community up in the top, the wellness society up there. Probably a little bit late to mention it. I'm not sure who's left. And yes, I agree. I am a physician and I believe in the holistic approach. And I have started a nonprofit for patient advocacy, the women's health advocacy, for women who are part of victimless crimes, like sex trafficking and sex workers who are not being taken seriously by their physicians. So you guys are speaking my language. So thank you for all that. And I don't want to run long. Of course, we could talk about that forever, but I'm so grateful to find my tribe. And thank you all so much.
Well, we're gonna have to do a space with you and let's talk about your project. You kind of like intrigued me there. I want to know more. So we'll have to do a space on that. But Lynn, thank you so much. And Nikki, I'm so happy we connected. And Alexandra, yes, definitely. We do a lot of different spaces. And then the more, I feel like the more spaces that we all can share some of our tips and what we experience and how we connect with other people and help others. I think that's the key when we lift our fellow mankind up. especially within your community, is so important, online and offline. I feel like, you create such great relationship online, but you still do definitely need to create that wonderful relationship offline, because those are the two things you need too. If you can't be next to someone or talk to someone, yes, online. But offline is so important to reach out to your friends, especially if you the ones that you haven't heard from or you're concerned about. If you're thinking of them and you're like, I haven't heard from them, I'm worried, just reach out, text them, call them, make sure they're okay. Because, I'm just saying this from personal, some, for myself, from my other friends, that by the time I realized there's something wrong with them, it was too late. So don't, I've always felt that, I should have asked them, I should have do this, I should have done that, but you can never do any of all that. And so I always try to make sure that I reach out to all my friends, even if I'm, I seem like I'm really busy, but it takes a couple minutes to make a phone call. It's a lot quicker than it is to text, actually, to call somebody.
Exactly. That's amazing, Tonya. And I think we're building up this amazing support network. Thank you, Alexandra, for putting up the Wellness Tribe. I'm sorry, Wellness Society, Wellness Tribe.
I know we're collaborating and we're getting our names. As long as we're all together, I don't care what we call it. As long as we get together, and we're actually having a space in an hour with one of our mods, Dr. Harris, who's a vascular surgeon. So it'll be me and him, and we're gonna have Calspiration Kelly.
Yes,
So
we are better together. Come on, ladies, let's
let's
go.
go.
Come on, guys.
Let's go.
Love it. I need all of y'all on my YouTube channel, by the way.
Definitely
Let's
gonna
go.
pop
Come
in.
on,
I will
Nikki,
reach out to you.
Let's do it.
I think Francesca wants to say hi. Yeah, Nikki, if I can show you how to stream your Twitter Spaces into YouTube, so you don't. That's what I'm doing right now.
That would be awesome.
How
Yes,
cool
we
is
can
Tonya?
connect. And I'm
she is
techie,
so
but I didn't know anything
amazing.
about that. Yeah, man.
Look at her. She's got all these spaces running. She's got all this tech stuff. She is amazing. We need to go, girls. Come on.
Yes, let's do it.
Thank you so much. And I think Francesca wanted to say something before we go. I'm gonna close out a space so I can pop into your space later within the hour. I guess it's going to start at 9 p.m. is your next space.
8 Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And Francesca, did you want?
Italiano.
Hi. Hello. How are you?
Capite la mia lingua italiana?
I don't think none of us speak Italian, unfortunately. But I don't have, Steve's app. I didn't set it up to do Google Translate, but unfortunately we have to shut down. Our next space it should be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want to go ahead and pin something this way, I can go ahead and set my reminder. But we are going to close out the space.
No, io non capire la vostra lingua.
Thank you so much. We're going to go. Have a great day. Sorry, Francesco. Bye, everybody. And we will be back next Wednesday for Social Chats Healthy Lifestyle weekly, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live on Twitter Space. And again, we live stream on YouTube, Facebook, and also Twitch, and also on Twitter too. And again, everybody have a great day. Bye, everybody. Bye,
Thank
Lynn.
you, Tonya.